An impoverished grandpa in Malaysia does recycling to reciprocate Tzu Chi for paying off his debt. DaAi TV, which does not rely upon commercials, is recognized by winning TV awards. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter started to care for 85-year-old Balan Senggun and his sister 5 years ago. In order to take care of his sister, who suffers from a mental illness, Balan owes a lot of debts and he hasn't gotten married. After learning about his situation, Tzu Chi volunteers help him pay off the debts. To repay this love, he brings his sister to collect recyclables on the streets and volunteer to help other less fortunate people.
85-year-old Balan Sanggu is a Hindu who always looks happy. However, his life is full of hardships. His sister is 60 years old this year. When Balan was in his 20s, his mother entrusted his sister to him. Over the past 40 years, in order to better care for his sister, who has a mental illness, he hasn't formed a family of his own. Besides caring for his sister, his mother has left him about $1,323 of rent debt.
Every time I saw him, he felt sad because even though he owned so much debt, he thought he was too old to work.
5 years ago, Tzu Chi volunteers started to care for Balan. Tzu Chi has helped him repay the rent in installment. Most of his debt has been repaid.
After learning about my situation, you came to help me, making me feel quite happy. I'm deeply moved by your dedication as I'm wondering why there are such kind-hearted people in the world.
Even though we have provided him with financial aid, there is not much money left after deducting the rent. We asked him whether he needed more money, but he said no. He asked us to use the money to help others.
Balan and his sister receive $132 of government subsidies each month. Having no ability to cook, they can only eat bread every morning and eat out for lunch and dinner. They spend only around $1 per meal.
No matter how difficult his life is, he donates his failed coin bank almost every month or every 3 months. When he asks us to take his coin bank, every time we ask him whether he had enough money to eat, he say yes.
He's willing to come out volunteering and do recycling. He has been inspired by Muthu. That's why we can see he brings his sister to do recycling on each month's recycling day.
He collects a lot.
He also go out to collect?
Go out and collect, and every month you can see the house full already. No, so it is full. Sometimes you cannot no place to walk to.
He say he is already 80-some years old, and if he passes away someday, he hopes his sister's funeral will be held by Tzu Chi volunteers. We immediately agreed to his demand and asked him to stop worrying.
Saya mau jadi volunteer. Saya mau tolong orang.
In Indonesia, a couple's life has changed dramatically after their daughter and son were diagnosed with thalassemia. The husband and the couple later had a stroke in 2008, forcing his wife to shoulder the family's financial burden. The situation worsened because the wife was also diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 2015. It wasn't until Tzu Chi volunteers started to care for this couple did they stand up again. They now want to repay this love by doing recycling.
Pertama kali ketahuan Evin sakit, itu saya udah shock banget. Malvin ketahuan sakit juga.
Upon learning that my daughter suffers from thalassemia, I felt astonished. Later, my son was also diagnosed with the same illness. This led me to think of committing suicide. But day after day, I have gotten through the tough times. Back then, my husband and I were still healthy, and we went to the hospital together to take care of our children. Unfortunately, my husband had a stroke in 2008, leaving me behind at home. I felt helpless because I could not afford my husband's medical expenses.
Berobat suami saya udah ratusan juta.
Facing many hardships in life, the breadwinner of this family has also fallen ill.
Kita bawa dia ke dokter Ong itu untuk periksa sebenarnya dia ada kanker apa gitu kan.
We brought her to have a health checkup because there was a big tumor in her abdomen. After having an exam, the doctor said he has an ovarian cancer. In the past, Gui Hua was not very busy, but since her 2 children and husband fell ill, she has been working very hard. She gets up very early to make foods and deliver them to the markets.
Tzu Chi volunteers have accompanied this family to cope with difficulties.
I can share my feelings with the volunteers. Whenever I feel sad, there is always someone who is willing to let me vent my emotions.
Making recycling part of their everyday life, this couple's health has also improved.
Kadang-kala saya bisa 7-8 karung saya bisa kerjakan kalau untuk botol-botol itu ya.
Sometimes I can sort 7 to 8 bags of plastic bottles in one day. Although I may feel tired, I feel very happy being able to do this. Thank God. Although I had a stroke, I can benefit people more than healthy people do, because some healthy people may not want to help those in need.
Yang sehat, dia tidak mau membantu orang-orang susah yang perlu dibantu gitu.
Because of love, they can bravely take on life's challenges. Because of dedication, they have also helped themselves to stand up again.
One of the representatives of virtue at Penghu's year-end blessing ceremony is 72-year-old Chen Chunjing. She shows how she transformed her life from being a temperamental taxi driver to a content person.
Chen Junjing, a volunteer from Penghu, rides her bicycle early in the morning through a long alley to get to this familiar recycling station.
My home is very close to the recycling station, so at dawn I will take 2 to 3 days worth of recycling here. I saw Tzu Chi brothers and sisters working so hard and was quite moved, and so I thought to myself that when I retired, I will also do this work.
72-year-old Chen Junjing saw her husband die prematurely, and to raise her 3 children, she started to drive a taxi in her 20s. It wasn't easy, and at times she would lose her temper. She would often give to this recycling station, and after she retired 4 years ago, she decided to come here and become a volunteer, and she never expected herself to suddenly change.
I became more and more pure, and doing this cleaning work has changed my heart, and this feeling of emptiness feels really good.
Chen Junjing even drives the truck for recycling and takes the initiative to participate in various activities. She's even a model representative of virtue at this year-end blessing celebration in Penghu, as her recycling work has changed her bad temper to someone who is quite kind, which is the best harvest that she could hope for.
In the era of low birth rate, parents of newborn babies get more concerned about a baby's health problems. The level 2 fetal screen can find out about 80% of the fetal abnormality. Let's find out more about this prenatal test.
好，这也是从另外一个方向看有没有心室中隔缺损，好，这样看都还好。
Even outside the mother's belly, the ultrasound image can still detect the shape of the fetal, especially the important detailed structures of its brain and heart. With the advance of the level 2 fetal screening devices, the resolution has improved. Doctors now can monitor if there are abnormalities of the fetal from different angles.
Some forms of ventricular septal defect require level 2 fetal screen to check because heart diseases are very complicated and it takes multiple angles to diagnose. Level 1 fetal screen can only check from one angle to see if there's anything wrong, so the accuracy rate is in fact different.
With level 2 fetal screening, the doctor can discover symptoms like cleft lip and palate, heart diseases, or even congenital diaphragmatic hernia, a defect that must give immediate medical treatment once born at early stage. Knowing the baby's condition helps the doctor to treat them during the prime time.
If we know there's an abnormality of the fetus, we can help the baby at the prime time when it's born. The neonatologist will help the baby to do some movement to flex his lung, so that the baby won't have acidosis due to lacking oxygen.
Now that the medicine had advanced, some illness can be treated even before the baby is born. For instance, symptoms like twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, pleural effusion, cardiac arrhythmia, stem cell transplant for glass-doll babies. Take cholecysthorax, for example. It makes big difference if the baby can be treated earlier before it's born.
If we drain the pleural effusion, it will be better. But if we wait till the baby got edema in the entire body, then it will be bad after it's born. Or sometimes the baby can be squeezed and lacking oxygen. It will lead to great difference if you treat it at an early stage or not.
During the 20 to 24th week of pregnancy, the baby's head bone and rib calcification are not yet complete, so the ultrasound can detect it easier. It's the best timing to evaluate the baby's structure. Parents can take the level 1 fetal screening first to observe the baby's basic development and the amniotic fluid condition.
Parents can choose to do the level 1 fetal screening first, see if there are obvious abnormalities, and then return to do the level 2 screening. This could be an option.
Other than mother who finds fetal abnormalities during regular screening that needs to take level 2 fetal screening, the Health Promotion Administration also suggests following mother to take level 2 screening. First, if you or your family members have children who is abnormal. Second, if your blood screening test is abnormal. Third, if you're a pregnant woman who is over 34 years old and have not received an amniocentesis. Last, if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or other immunity diseases, you should ask your doctor for the necessity of level 2 fetal screening.
Since the establishment of the ITV station, the station does not have to rely upon commercial advertisement to fund news, programs, and dramas. In addition, from the station's third year of operations, 2 Golden Bell Awards were granted, with a total of 43 such awards being gained so far.
得奖的是李学主发现大甲溪大爱为地球的孩子。
这个奖献给大爱电视台。
最后我要谢谢大爱电视台
联手信大爱医生馆。
In the third year after its launch, DaAi TV won 2 Golden Bell Awards and became a regular visitor to the ceremony each year. In the past 20 years, a total of 43 Golden Bell Awards have been won. Not only domestic awards have been won, but also many overseas, allowing the rest of the world to learn more about Taiwan.
DaAi TV dramas are of very good quality because I believe that the station has been able to overcome the pressure of being dependent upon catering to viewers.
Bringing real stories to the TV screen, DaAi dramas have gained the respect of the public, though other programming such as in-depth documentaries draw less attention.
At that time of discussions, costs or geological considerations aren't a factor in pursuing stories.
Is there anything else on this topic that we are not clear about?
In today's fast-changing society, brainstorming is a way to confront challenging, in-depth issues. Each topic is explored in depth, subject to repeated questions, updates, and revisions. The work can be time-consuming in terms of hours, along with cost, but such dedication has yielded positive results and affirmation of the public.
DaAi TV's efforts on many issues have been fully acknowledged and applauded by the public.
我们实地到下游处调查。
For example, with their investigative reports, they really go out and track the situation. DaAi TV has a number of reporters which have really earned the respect of the public.
这里是彰化的大肚溪口湿地，透过镜头你可以看到，这里被捕销业者弃置了大量的人渣。
去年卓星奖得奖的这个作品啊，让我
Last year's Excellent Journalism Award left a deep impression on many, as interviews were conducted across Taiwan from the east to west coast, and a great deal of time and effort was committed. The reporter investigated legal and illegal gravel operations and exposed a very serious problem in this community. I think this is indeed very worthy of recognition.
也许相较之下，它会花多一点点的成本。
It may cost a little more in terms of time and manpower, but if we do good work, it could affect more people through better broadcast. I think that for the benefit of the public interest, the benefits are definitely worthwhile.
每天大约增加20万人，但多数人生活在极度贫穷中。
In times of frequent natural disasters and constant war, programs about compassion and charity beginning in Taiwan have now spread to areas such as war-ravaged Afghanistan and afflicted countries in Africa, Pakistan, Iran, and North Korea. Stories about droughts, floods, and other natural disasters have kept abreast of international affairs.
这里呢其实是有些危险，因为这里的居民呢对媒体
Not forgetting to go deep into every corner of the world, to be a mirror can convey a message of truth, goodness, and beauty.
国际新闻一直是各种媒体中
International news has always been one of the most unpopular parts of the media. I think DaAi brings the concept of altruism and valuing life to let the younger generation know that there is still much that they can do. By combining this altruism, we can all move forward and make progress.
Documentaries, which are rarely cultivated by media outlets, can use animation and interviews to produce a moving story.
Basically, I believe that we are storytellers and we are responsible for conveying good news about every story and telling the world about our love and affection for each other. DaAi stories telling how people help each other and the environment, and giving thanks and respect to other stories involving love.
现在我们如果一讲纪录片的话，大概就是讲的公共电视跟。
Now, if we talk about documentaries, it's probably just public television and DaAi TV. Few people do documentaries anymore, as commercial television stations don't do it, because it takes a lot of time and money to produce an hour-long program.
Whether it's environmental protection, nature, humanities, labor, science, technology, consumer activities, or cross-strait activities, there is near endless discussion about these topics and a determination to overcome all difficulties and challenges.
We should do our duty to uphold our philosophy. This is the spirit of DaAi TV, a state wish to uphold the spirit of love and compassion.
也是爱的精神。
如果一直把社会公器这4个字怀抱在你的
If you think of it as a public service, then we know what we should do for the benefit of your community. And with regard to our resources, we should utilize it for the benefit of our society as the right course of action.
Use the programs to tell stories as well as record history and special moments. DaAi TV has for the past 20 years used the camera to record dialogue between people, have compiled such content in a way to express compassion and love as a way of purifying the hearts of viewers.
等一下，搞搞，等一下，跟老王分享，等一下，等一下。
Chen Linghua Zhu has been a hairdresser for over 60 years. More than 20 years ago, her husband passed away and she learned about Tzu Chi. Then she began to save money her children gave her. She also dropped 30 cents in a coin bag every time she washes someone's hair because she wants to support DaAi TV.
He 13岁就开始做头章，逐日都非常的无闲。轻一点，82年，阮老公忽然间来离开，迄个时阵，我嘛有一段想袂开，要来离开。了后的时阵，真庆幸来拄到主席。
We'd visit care recipients, volunteer in our hospitals, and do recycling. We'd witness the suffering in the world and realize how blessed we are.
71-year-old Chen Linghua Zhu does not want to be a burden on her children, so she supports herself through charging every customer $3 for washing their hair. She has been saving the money her children give to her for 8 years, and she does not spend it. Then she can donate it to support DaAi TV.
I always save the money my kids give to me, so they have a chance to be filial, and I can donate it in their names.
偶尔都会分享一些大爱的故事啊。 就感动啊！
When I wash one customer's hair, I would donate 30 cents. Because I wash two, I donated 60 cents. 10 years ago, I donated money to the charity mission, but because of a chance, I said I'd donate it to DaAi TV because it is broadcast around the world.
传播到现在拢已经全世界吼。邻居吼有一寡独居的啦吼，因的事事拢无伫厝呢啦，我拢吼甲煮去互因用餐安尼啦。金姐啊，你有伫来食水饺，互你食，你家一个人了。
When she is with her good friends, they have a common interest.
早哩啊，哦，最近这个日节足寒的呢，你去看迄个，你看这出电视台呢，这出电视台我嘛拢有去看讲。我看这第九台，第九台吼，大爱台吼，咱为上人吼，伊时常伊。
On DaAi TV, the master often says that our neighbors are our resources, so we should visit them often.
你爱时常去甲探。
She has reached the age of retirement, but she still wants to work to support her favorite TV station so the world can become warmer.
In Malaysia, Chen Sung is a Tzu Chi care recipient from Kedah. Suffering from Parkinson's disease, he is unable to work. After volunteers encourage him to watch DaAi TV, he has coped with unpleasant emotions and has been inspired by Master Cheng Yan's teachings.
Focusing on watching the DaAi TV program, this is 60-year-old Chen Sun, who is a Tzu Chi care recipient. Although he suffers from Parkinson's disease and he has a poor memory, he has learned Dharma teachings diligently.
Master Cheng Yan taught us to protect the planet Earth by recycling resources. If we take the initiative to practice recycling, then other people will follow suit.
Mr. On invited his wife to do recycling with him at home. By doing so, he has released unpleasant emotions.
Before he started to do recycling, he may sit there and worry. After doing recycling, he feels more relaxed and happier as he urges me every day to collect a lot more recyclables. He feels very happy when seeing many recyclables.
When friends or relatives visit us, he will invite them to practice recycling. He will tell them that they can deliver recyclables to our home or we can go to their home to take the resources.
After doing recycling, this couple has learned to cherish blessings. Their dedication not only shows their love for the earth, but also the repayments for the help they have received.
By collecting recyclables, Master Cheng Yan has helped my husband and family. I want to repay Master's love and help others by collecting recyclables. We feel very happy to do this. To promote vegetarianism, a group of Tzu Chis in Kaohsiung went to the night market and asked the customers to try the vegetarian snacks they made. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.